and for good reason. Packed into these small, vibrant fruits is an impressive concentration of bioactive compounds that work in harmony to support nearly every system in the human body. What makes blueberries truly remarkable is not just their delicious taste or their convenience as a snack, but their powerful combination of vitamins, minerals, and plant-based molecules that have been extensively studied for their role in promoting health and longevity. The striking blue color of blueberries is a visual marker of their richness in anthocyanins, a class of antioxidants that go far beyond simply fighting free radicals. These compounds directly influence blood vessel health, brain function, and inflammation levels, making them uniquely important for people over 60 who are looking to preserve vitality and prevent age-related decline. When we talk about blueberries as a medicine in the form of food, it is this collection of anthocyanins and polyphenols that truly sets them apart from ordinary fruits. One of the most studied benefits of blueberries is their ability to lower oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress is a condition that arises when free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells, overwhelm the body's defense systems. Over time, this damage contributes to aging, memory decline, and diseases like cancer and heart disease. Blueberries contain some of the highest antioxidant capacities among all fruits and vegetables, and these antioxidants have been shown to neutralize free radicals before they cause widespread harm. For seniors, this is particularly significant because as we age, the body's natural antioxidant defense systems weaken, leaving cells more vulnerable. By simply including blueberries regularly in the diet, seniors can actively support their body's fight against oxidative stress, creating a layer of protection that strengthens resilience against age-related diseases. Beyond their antioxidant power, blueberries are especially beneficial for the cardiovascular system. The anthocyanins in blueberries improve the function of the endothelium, the inner lining of blood vessels. A healthy endothelium is essential for maintaining good circulation, regulating blood pressure, and preventing the buildup of plaque that can clog arteries. Clinical studies have shown that regular blueberry consumption can lower systolic blood pressure, improve arterial stiffness, and enhance overall vascular health. This effect is highly relevant for seniors because the risk of hypertension and cardiovascular disease rises dramatically after the age of 60. By keeping the blood vessels flexible and reducing inflammation inside them, blueberries act almost like a natural blood pressure medication without the side effects. For older adults, protecting the health of the circulatory system is not only about preventing heart attacks and strokes, but also about maintaining stamina, mobility, and independence in everyday life. Another area where blueberries shine is in cognitive health. Memory decline is one of the most feared aspects of aging, and conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's disease are on the rise. Research has demonstrated that the compounds in blueberries can cross the blood-brain barrier and directly impact brain cells. They enhance signaling between neurons, reduce the buildup of toxic proteins, and improve neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to adapt and form new connections. In one landmark study, older adults who consumed blueberry supplements showed significant improvements in memory and executive function compared to those who did not. This suggests that blueberries are not only protective, but can also play an active role in rejuvenating brain function. For seniors striving to keep their minds sharp, something as simple as a handful of blueberries can be a powerful ally against memory decline. Blueberries also exert profound effects on metabolism and weight management, which are crucial in the later decades of life. Excess body fat, particularly visceral fat around the abdomen, contributes to insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, and a higher risk of diabetes. The polyphenols in blueberries improve insulin sensitivity and support healthier blood sugar control, making them a valuable food for seniors managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Additionally, blueberries are naturally low in calories and high in fiber, which helps regulate appetite and prevent overeating. For older adults who often struggle with maintaining a healthy weight, blueberries provide a nutrient-dense solution that satisfies the palate while supporting metabolic health. The gut microbiome is another area where blueberries show their remarkable influence. The human gut contains trillions of bacteria that play critical roles in digestion, immune function, and inflammation control. The polyphenols in blueberries act as prebiotics, feeding beneficial bacteria and helping to shape a healthier microbial environment. A balanced gut microbiome translates to better nutrient absorption, improved mood, and stronger immunity, all of which are especially important for seniors whose immune systems naturally weaken with age. By enhancing the gut ecosystem, blueberries indirectly support nearly every other system in the body, creating a ripple effect of benefits that extend far beyond digestion. Perhaps one of the most overlooked aspects of blueberries is their impact on inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is a driver of nearly every major age-related disease, from arthritis and diabetes to heart disease and neurodegeneration. Blueberries contain compounds that actively switch off inflammatory pathways in the body while activating genes that promote healing and repair. For seniors who live with stiff joints, aches, and slower recovery times, the anti-inflammatory effects of blueberries can translate into greater mobility and a higher quality of life. Unlike medications that often come with side effects, the anti-inflammatory action of blueberries is gentle, natural, and sustained over time when consumed regularly. When most people think about enjoying blueberries, the first thing that comes to mind is their natural sweetness and their reputation as a health food. However, in the modern diet, blueberries are rarely eaten in their pure, natural state. They are often paired with sugar, added to pastries, muffins, cereals, or even sweetened yogurts. This is where the problem begins. While blueberries themselves are loaded with antioxidants, vitamins, and natural compounds that strengthen the body, when they are combined with sugar, much of their healing potential is compromised. For seniors, this issue becomes even more pressing because as we age, our metabolism slows down, insulin sensitivity decreases, and the body becomes more vulnerable to the damaging effects of sugar. What should have been a nutrient-rich superfood can easily be turned into a source of harm simply through the addition of refined sugars. Sugar is not just a harmless sweetener, it is one of the main drivers of inflammation and disease in the body. When sugar enters the bloodstream, it causes a rapid spike in blood glucose, followed by a surge of insulin from the pancreas to help process it. Over time, repeated spikes in blood sugar contribute to insulin resistance, where the body no longer responds effectively to insulin. For seniors who are already at higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes, this creates a dangerous cycle. What's more, sugar molecules in the blood can attach to proteins in a process called glycation, which damages tissues, accelerates aging, and stiffens blood vessels. Blueberries, with their natural antioxidants, are meant to counteract these harmful processes, but when mixed with added sugar, their beneficial effects are overwhelmed and in some cases reversed. Another hidden danger of combining blueberries with sugar is the way sugar amplifies oxidative stress. Blueberries are known for their anthocyanins, which neutralize free radicals and reduce cellular damage. But sugar increases the production of free radicals in the body, tipping the balance toward oxidative stress instead of protection. It's almost like putting water on a fire with one hand while pouring gasoline on it with the other. The protective compounds in blueberries are fighting to reduce inflammation, but the sugar that comes along in a muffin, a pie, or a sugary smoothie feeds the flames of damage, leaving the body worse off than if you had skipped the blueberries entirely. Seniors who think they are helping their health by indulging in a blueberry dessert may actually be harming it, because the sugar in that dessert is undoing the very benefits they sought from the blueberries. The effects of sugar also extend to the health of the brain. Seniors are especially concerned about memory decline, dementia, and cognitive function as they age. Blueberries are celebrated for their ability to improve neuronal communication and protect brain cells from degeneration. But sugar works against these benefits by fueling chronic inflammation in the brain and contributing to insulin resistance in brain tissue, a condition some scientists refer to as type 3 diabetes. This form of insulin resistance in the brain has been closely linked to Alzheimer's disease. What this means is that when seniors consume blueberries in sugary forms, they are not only negating the memory enhancing effects of the fruit, but they may also be accelerating cognitive decline. The contrast could not be sharper. Eaten alone or with healthy foods, blueberries act as brain protectors, but eaten with sugar, they may indirectly contribute to brain aging. Weight management is another critical aspect to consider. Blueberries on their own are naturally low in calories and high in fiber, which helps control appetite and stabilize blood sugar levels. But when combined with sugar, they become calorie-dense, energy-spiking foods that can lead to weight gain. Seniors, whose metabolism slows significantly with age, are more likely to store these extra calories as fat, particularly as visceral fat around the abdomen. Visceral fat is not just a cosmetic issue, it is metabolically active tissue that releases inflammatory chemicals and increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even certain cancers. What should have been a supportive food for weight control instead becomes a contributor to the very health problems seniors are trying to avoid. The digestive system also feels the impact of this harmful pairing. Blueberries normally act as a prebiotic, feeding healthy bacteria in the gut and supporting a balanced microbiome. However, sugar feeds harmful bacteria and yeast in the digestive tract, disrupting the delicate balance of the microbiome. Over time, this can lead to digestive discomfort, reduced nutrient absorption, and weakened immunity. For seniors, a strong and balanced gut is essential because it influences everything from inflammation control to mental health. By combining blueberries with sugar, the beneficial prebiotic effect is canceled out, and the gut environment shifts toward one that promotes disease rather than health. One more subtle but significant consequence of pairing blueberries with sugar is its impact on blood vessels. Blueberries contain compounds that improve endothelial function, helping blood vessels remain flexible and able to expand as needed to regulate blood pressure. Sugar, on the other hand, stiffens arteries, damages the endothelium, and accelerates the formation of plaque. Seniors already face higher risks of vascular damage due to aging, and the wrong dietary choices can worsen these risks. Eating blueberries with sugar is like taking one step forward and two steps back when it comes to vascular health. Instead of reinforcing the arteries and protecting circulation, this combination undermines the very benefits blueberries are meant to deliver. Many people enjoy the classic combination of blueberries with dairy products, whether it is a bowl of fruit-topped yogurt, a blueberry milkshake, or even blueberry ice cream. At first glance, this might seem like a healthy pairing because blueberries are rich in antioxidants and dairy provides calcium and protein. However, the story is not that simple, especially when we look closely at how processed dairy products interact with the delicate compounds in blueberries. What often seems like a nutritious choice may actually weaken, or in some cases cancel out, the powerful health benefits that blueberries are meant to deliver. This becomes particularly important for seniors because the body processes food differently with age, and the ability to absorb protective nutrients diminishes over time. By understanding how processed dairy interferes with blueberries, seniors can make better decisions that allow the fruit to live up to its reputation as a superfood. Blueberries are celebrated for their high concentration of anthocyanins, the plant pigments responsible for their rich blue-purple color. These anthocyanins are antioxidants that help neutralize free radicals, reduce inflammation, and protect blood vessels and brain cells from damage. Unfortunately, processed dairy products can interfere with the bioavailability of these anthocyanins, meaning the body is unable to fully absorb and use them. Research has shown that proteins in milk can bind to polyphenols in berries, forming complexes that prevent these compounds from being properly absorbed in the digestive tract. The result is that instead of delivering their full antioxidant and anti-inflammatory power, the benefits of blueberries are blunted when combined with dairy, particularly highly processed varieties such as flavored yogurts, cream-based desserts, and milkshakes. For seniors who are already trying to maximize every bite of nutrient-rich food, this loss of potency can be a major drawback. The problem is made worse when the dairy product is heavily processed, sweetened, or laden with additives. Many blueberry-flavored yogurts sold in supermarkets, for example, contain only small amounts of real blueberries but are filled with sugar, artificial flavors, and stabilizers. The dairy base itself is often stripped of natural enzymes and then fortified artificially, which alters how the body digests and uses it. Instead of providing a natural, nutrient-dense food, these processed dairy products act more like vehicles for sugar and preservatives, undermining both gut health and metabolism. When blueberries are mixed into this kind of base, the fruit's nutrients are not only diminished by the milk proteins, but also drowned in sugar, creating a double barrier that prevents the body from benefiting from them. Seniors who turn to such products thinking they are making a healthy choice are often disappointed when blood sugar rises, digestive issues appear, or the expected health improvements never materialize. Beyond the issue of nutrient absorption, there is also the impact on digestion and gut health. Blueberries by themselves act as a prebiotic, feeding beneficial bacteria in the gut and supporting a healthier microbiome. But many processed dairy products contain emulsifiers, gums, and stabilizers that can disrupt the microbial balance in the gut. Combined with lactose, which many seniors have difficulty digesting due to reduced levels of lactase enzyme, this can lead to bloating, cramping, and digestive discomfort. The very environment where blueberries are meant to strengthen gut health becomes compromised, and their prebiotic benefits are overshadowed by the disruptive effects of the processed dairy. This is especially concerning for seniors because a weakened gut microbiome can contribute to inflammation, reduced immunity, and poor nutrient absorption across the board. Another important consideration is the effect of processed dairy on cardiovascular health. Blueberries are known to improve endothelial function and lower blood pressure, acting almost like natural protectors of the circulatory system. Processed dairy, however, often contains high levels of saturated fats and trans fats, which raise LDL cholesterol and contribute to arterial stiffness. Seniors already face increased risks of high cholesterol, hypertension, and vascular disease, and the combination of blueberries with these unhealthy dairy bases may negate the vascular protection that blueberries provide. Instead of supporting heart health, the meal becomes a mixed message to the body, one component working for cardiovascular protection, the other pushing in the opposite direction toward vascular damage. The interaction between dairy and antioxidants also extends to inflammation. Blueberries contain compounds that actively switch off inflammatory pathways, which is why they are so effective in reducing joint stiffness, improving brain function, and supporting overall vitality in older adults. Processed dairy, however, can have pro-inflammatory effects, especially when consumed regularly in the form of cheese spreads, flavored yogurts, or ice creams. These products often contain casein A1 protein, which some studies suggest may promote inflammatory responses in the gut and elsewhere in the body. When consumed alongside blueberries, the inflammation-promoting effects of processed dairy may overshadow the anti-inflammatory benefits of the fruit. Instead of reducing the aches, pains, and stiffness often associated with aging, the combination may leave seniors in a cycle where the inflammation persists despite the inclusion of blueberries in their diet. It is also worth highlighting the psychological trap that comes with combining blueberries with processed dairy. Many people feel that because they are adding blueberries, the food automatically becomes healthy, regardless of the other ingredients. A bowl of sugary blueberry yogurt or a scoop of blueberry ice cream is often justified as a healthier treat simply because of the blueberries on top. This creates a false sense of security that can lead to overconsumption of sugar and processed ingredients, especially in seniors who may already be dealing with slower metabolism and difficulty managing weight. Over time, this undermines health goals rather than supporting them, and the blueberries serve more as decoration than as meaningful sources of nutrition. For many seniors looking to maintain a healthy weight or manage blood sugar, artificial sweeteners seem like the perfect solution. They promise sweetness without calories, satisfaction without spikes in glucose, and guilt free indulgence in foods that would otherwise be off limits. Blueberries often get paired with artificially sweetened products like sugar free yogurts, diet smoothies, or even baked goods made with low calorie sweeteners. On the surface, this combination looks ideal. A nutrient packed fruit balanced by a sweetener that doesn't raise blood sugar. Yet when we look closely at how artificial sweeteners interact with the body, particularly in the context of seniors over 60, the picture becomes far more concerning. These substitutes do not simply replace sugar harmlessly. They disrupt important metabolic and gut processes, undermine the very benefits of blueberries, and can create health risks that quietly accumulate over time. One of the main ways artificial sweeteners interfere with blueberries' benefits is through their impact on the gut microbiome. Blueberries are rich in polyphenols that nourish beneficial gut bacteria, enhancing microbial diversity and strengthening the digestive ecosystem. A healthy microbiome translates into better immune function, improved digestion, and even sharper mental clarity. Artificial sweeteners, however, act in the opposite direction. Studies have shown that compounds like aspartame, saccharin, and sucralose alter the composition of the gut microbiota, reducing beneficial strains and promoting the growth of harmful ones. This imbalance, known as dysbiosis, undermines the prebiotic effect of blueberries and can lead to inflammation, poor nutrient absorption, and weakened immunity. For seniors whose gut microbiomes naturally lose resilience with age, combining blueberries with artificial sweeteners means stripping away one of the fruit's most powerful health promoting advantages. Another concern is the effect of artificial sweeteners on metabolism. While they contain little to no calories, these compounds trick the brain and body into responding as if sugar has been consumed. The sweet taste without the caloric content confuses metabolic pathways, often leading to increased cravings for high-calorie foods later in the day. Blueberries are supposed to stabilize blood sugar and support metabolic health by improving insulin sensitivity. But when paired with artificial sweeteners, the body may actually become more resistant to insulin over time. This is especially worrisome for seniors who are already prone to developing type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome. Instead of protecting against glucose imbalances, the combination of blueberries and artificial sweeteners may set the stage for metabolic instability, reducing the body's ability to properly regulate energy. Cognitive health is another critical area where artificial sweeteners counteract the natural benefits of blueberries. The anthocyanins in blueberries enhance communication between neurons, reduce oxidative stress in the brain, and support memory. Yet artificial sweeteners have been linked to negative effects on mood, learning, and memory, particularly with long-term use. Some studies have even suggested that artificial sweeteners may alter neurotransmitter activity and increase the risk of cognitive decline. For seniors who turn to blueberries as a way to preserve brain health, consuming them in artificially sweetened foods may blunt or even negate these protective effects. Instead of a clear path toward sharper memory and better concentration, the brain receives mixed signals, undermining the intended benefit of the blueberries. The cardiovascular system also suffers from this problematic pairing. Blueberries naturally improve endothelial function, helping blood vessels remain flexible and resilient. Artificial sweeteners, on the other hand, have been associated with changes in vascular health, including increased stiffness in arteries and heightened risk of hypertension. Some studies suggest that regular consumption of diet sodas and artificially sweetened foods correlates with a higher incidence of stroke and heart disease. For seniors already managing blood pressure or cholesterol, the addition of artificial sweeteners to blueberries compromises the very heart protective qualities that make the fruit so valuable. What begins as an attempt to make a healthier choice by avoiding sugar may, in reality, undermine cardiovascular stability over time. Artificial sweeteners also create challenges for weight management, even though they are marketed as tools for weight loss. Blueberries provide fiber and bioactive compounds that promote satiety and reduce unhealthy cravings. However, the hypersweet nature of artificial sweeteners overstimulates the taste buds, conditioning the brain to expect exaggerated sweetness. This makes naturally sweet foods, including blueberries, seem less satisfying on their own. As a result, seniors may end up consuming more calories from other foods to feel the same level of satisfaction, leading to gradual weight gain rather than weight loss. In this way, blueberries lose their ability to support healthy weight management when consumed alongside artificially sweetened products. The hidden additives that often accompany artificial sweeteners in processed foods create yet another problem. Blueberry products marketed as sugar-free often contain stabilizers, gums, emulsifiers, and preservatives. These compounds, while extending shelf life and improving texture, can irritate the digestive system and promote inflammation. Seniors with sensitive digestion or pre-existing gastrointestinal conditions may find that instead of enjoying the soothing and nourishing effects of blueberries, they experience bloating, discomfort, or irregularity when the fruit is mixed into artificially sweetened bases. The protective compounds in blueberries become overshadowed by the disruptive chemicals that accompany artificial sweeteners in processed foods. Perhaps most concerning is the false sense of security that artificial sweeteners create. Many seniors believe that by choosing sugar-free blueberry products, they are making the healthiest choice available. This assumption can lead to daily consumption of artificially sweetened items, gradually exposing the body to the negative effects of these compounds. Over months and years, the subtle disruptions in gut balance, metabolism, brain function, and cardiovascular health add up. Meanwhile, the real power of blueberries is diminished, leaving seniors vulnerable to the very conditions the fruit is meant to help prevent. Instead of functioning as a natural shield against disease and aging, blueberries are trapped in a chemical environment that limits their impact.